downtown Peoria for Bradley Braves basketball. It's the next to last home game of the regular season. It's a Missouri Valley Conference game between the Panthers of Northern Iowa, 16-12, 7-9 in league play, against Jim Less's Bradley Braves, 19-10, and 9-7 in Valley action. This is Dave Snell along with Joe Stoll. Sir James Watson is back, and it's great to have him here along with Mike Sable. And tonight we have Alexander Troyer. I got that right? Alex, okay. Alexander sounds like a president. Maybe I just made you a president someday. Here to bring you the play-by-play is the Braves and the Panthers, who started the Missouri Valley Conference season square off here at Carver Arena. It's the 34th meeting between the two. Braves have a commanding 23-10 margin, winning 15 of 16 here in Peoria, including 4 in a row. Dressed in purple, trimmed in white and gold, the Panthers aren't just now coming onto the floor. They're on a skid, Coach, losing 5 in a row, 8 of their last 9. Their only win at Evansville, 79-71. They were 13-2 at one point. Don't let that fool you. They do have talent.
Well, they got some good players certainly inside, Dave. They've struggled some with the guards, but McKeon's done a real good job for them, and I think they're going to start a freshman guard tonight, and that's not a very good place to be weak at when you're coming in here playing against Bradley.
A Helicabah, our favorite guy. Braves, on the other hand, have won 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. The loss at Southern Illinois, the only defeat. And tonight, they're only 1 behind Missouri State for 3rd and a tie. And about 8 o'clock tonight, Missouri State will be playing at Wichita State. The Braves now hold the all-time one-season Valley record for made threes. 299, 6 better than that Blue Jays mark of 2004-2005. And going into tonight's game, Bradley leads the nation in three-point percentage, just ahead of Northern Arizona. They're 3rd in made threes behind VMI and Houston, and Will Franklin's only 12 away from Aaron Zobrist's one-season record of 90. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. Now time for tonight's officials, brought to you by the Gailey Eye Clinic. Superior eye care and the best eyesight with experience you can count on. Call the Gailey Eye Clinic in Peoria and Bloomington. Veteran crew, the referee is John Higgins. The umpires are Steve Skiles and Kip Kissinger. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Forts Toyota. For the keys to a new Ford, Toyota, see Forts Toyota at 474 and Route 29 in North Pekin. Forts Toyota says the scoring between Zach and Coleman have the lead at the half. 14-2 the Braves are when they lead after 20. And 30 combined from Jeremy Crouch and Will Franklin. Defensively, Stout and Coleman less than 22 combined. Double figures in steals and minus in the assist to turnover. Magic number tonight, Coach. First team 2. What do you think?
I got a real good feeling about 67 tonight, Dave.
And I have a real good feeling about 69. Moment of silence here. Keep the game brought down to Paul Herzog.
Now join our soloist, Carrie Walters, Associate Professor of Music at Bradley, as she leads the singing of our national anthem played by the Bradley Basketball Band, directed tonight by Eric Loring.
Both teams shake hands, free throw line extended. These two could meet in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, but Bradley would have to finish 3rd to do that. They'd have to win their last two, and Missouri State would have to lose their last two. And the Bears will host Drake on Saturday. Drake's one of those funny teams. They've been up and down for sure. We'll head down to the floor for Paul Herzog and the announcement of the starting lineup. Coach Jim Les with Chuck Fisher, Eric Fisher, Lennox Forrester, and Kyle Vogt. Ben Jacobson in his first season as the head coach, and here's Paul Herzog with the Heritage Bank starting lineups.
League contest featuring the Panthers of Northern Iowa, 7-9 in Valley play, and the Braves 9-7 in Missouri Valley Conference action. For Northern Iowa, at a forward, the 6'8 senior from New Sharon, Iowa, 32, Grant Stout. At center, the 6'6 junior from Maplewood, Minnesota, Eric Coleman. The guard for the Panthers, a 6'2 freshman from Oakdale, Minnesota, number 11, Kajo Heligba. Another guard, a 5'11 junior from Webster City, Iowa, number 14, Jared Jostin. The third guard for the Panthers, a 6'2 senior from Fairbank, Iowa, 23, Brooks McCowan. Coaching the Panthers in his first season, Ben Jacobson.
Senior Day coming up on Saturday night.
Hey Bradley fans, this is Hersey Hawkins. You know what time it is. Be loud, be proud. Stand up and cheer. Here come your Bradley Braves.
AP gives it Deion Jackson, in and out of his hands. He shoots at the horn. Good!
Rises and fires a 35-footer. Good! It's good! He baked it in! Inside out, Andrews to try, good!
That was a heck of a pass.
Come on, big Jostin and Stout for Ben Jacobson. Rich Glass, Kyle Green, P.J. Hogan, the assistant coaches. They score 65-8, give up 62-9. And the Panthers have really struggled as of late from the field. They started out the season pretty good from three. They're down to 35% now. Bradley 43% from three, scoring 76-1 and giving up 71. 247 steals on the season, Coach. A very active defensive team.
No fool about that. Dave, this Northern Iowa has shot 27% the last 8 games. That's not going to beat anybody. On the year, though, they've shot 140 more free throws than the opposition. And every time the opposition has shot more free throws than them, which was 8, they've lost all 8 games. So those are a couple things we might look forward to.
Well, welcome back, Watts. It's not the same without you, that's for sure.
Don't let him talk with his mouth full, Dave. He's got I don't know what all he's got in front of him, but I couldn't eat it in
Well, it's a
4
candy.
days.
It's a candy store. Speaking of which, the Candy Kitchen and Creamery, one of the sponsors of Bradley Braves basketball. We've got to make a field trip here very short. Bradley in the first half. We call it from left to right, right to left if you're watching on BUBraves.com. There's no actual television for this game. We hope you enjoy. On what was I'm glad that snow's melting, Coach. Got tired of sleeping in my office. It's Bradley and Northern Iowa. It's Grant Stout to jump against Zach Andrews. And we're about ready to tee it up. The Braves have got off to quick starts in the games here, except the Creighton contest, to see how they do tonight. John Higgins will toss. It's Bradley. It's the Panthers. It's tipped J.J. Twy in the front court this time. Waits for Ruffin. And here we go against the man-to-man. With it, Will Franklin. Right wing, get a ball screen from Zach Andrews. It cuts to the goal. Crouch in the corner right. Now Franklin, give it to Ruffin. A step, no shot, a ball screen, and a pick and roll. That's covered up nicely by Coleman. J.J. Twy to the baseline. Looks, gives, with a shot clock reading 10. It's Franklin up front. Between the legs with 9, now 8. High left with 7, now 6. Pull-up jumper, tough shot. Bounce it, no good. Rebound, Zach probably got a foul over the top.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if they called it.
It did late. So Zach picks up
right call.
35 seconds into the game. He picks up his first foul.
During that sequence, Dave, Coleman did a pretty good job of taking away the screen and roll and almost zoning the basket area. Better than most teams have done.
Brooks McCowan, he is Mr. Basketball in Iowa in his senior year of high school. Post pass Coleman. They double. Inside out. Jostin, kick it back to Stout. They double the post again. Good Bradley defense. Stout misses the shot. Rebound tipped long into the hands of Franklin. To J.J. Twy in the lane. Pull up jumper. In and out. Rebound taken down by Stout. Scoreless, a minute 5 in. McCowan with it. The Braves are 0 for 2 from the field. Alegaba. Look and give it to Coleman. They double him again. Coleman finds McCowan. Justin inside Stout. Block to block. Pass knocked away. Get it back. And now looks at a cross-court skip. McCowan was walking in the lane. Wasn't called. Bounce pass to Coleman. Left hand leaner miss. Rebound is Stout on the strong side board. Put it up and in. A weak side board, rather.
Oh, that's not Coleman's shot, but Stout is tough on the boards, you know, Dave.
2-0 Northern Iowa. The Braves are 0 for 2 from the field. 18-22. Inside penetration is Ruffin to Franklin for a JC. 3! Number 300 on the season.
And that was a long 3, Dave.
Number 300, and the Braves lead it 3-2 on Jeremy Crouch. 3-point shot. At the other end, here's Justin. The count is on. The count is 3. Bounce pass is to McCowan as he looks for a backdoor lob and laid up and in by Justin as they went backdoor.
Backdoor lob to Dave. They screened on the high post on the weak side. Took advantage of it.
Here's Ruffin at the other end. 4-3 Northern Iowa. Ruff's jumper's up and bounced away, no good. J.J. Twy runs it down. Loose on the floor, picked up by Coleman. And he's across the timeline on the move. Give to McCowan a baseline. Jumper from the left misses. Weak side rebound. Franklin is second. Across the timeline, 17.5 first half, 4-3 Northern Iowa. Ruffin with it. Now Crouch, who has the Bradley field goal. Ruffin from Franklin, left wing. Crouch up front. JC has really been shooting it well. Look at a pick and roll. Inside, out. It is a jumper. Ruffin good for 3. It's 6-4. 2 threes for the Braves already.
That's where we left off out in the Virginia, Dave.
17:05 first half. Helegaba gets away from Ruffin, and now Coleman way away from the basket. You want him there. Stout between the ring. Give it and a post pass inside McCowan. They double Coleman to get rid of it. Now Stout. Helegaba drives a baseline, beats Ruff. His shot is blocked but foul.
Twice
Ruffin on 2 free throws coming up.
Twice been doubling down every time the pass has gone into Coleman, doing a good job thus far.
First foul on Ruff, second team foul at 16:48. Alegabug will go to the line. He is 67%, 12 of 18. Free throws in and out. Rim no good. One more for number 40. He's from Oakdale, Minnesota. To Joe Alegabug. Second free throw. That's good. 6-5. 16:48. Here comes Ruff across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Bradley 6 on 2 threes. Northern Iowa 5. Ball screen for Franklin, who splits it. Ruffin, 3 wide open. Missed it. Rebound taken down by Grant Stout. Sally will come in next dead ball. Coleman the other end, layup, his finger rolled in.
Boy, he did a good job of getting down the floor for a big man, didn't he, Dave?
Yes, he did. 7-6. 1 point Northern Iowa lead. A lot of points here early. Here is Zach Andrews, who has 1 foul. Gives to Crouch. Now to the left is Ruffin. Get a ball screen. Instead drives to the baseline. Penetrate and kick back out front for a J.J. Twy 3. Bouncing away, no good. Rebound tipped by...
Nice job by Zach.
Zach. 3 ball is up and missed badly by Crouch. Put back is missed, and Zach Andrews will go to the line with 16:03 for a pair.
2 plays in a row by Zach. Tipped it out, so he got the long 3, and then he got the offensive board.
7-6 Northern Iowa, 16:03, and free throw time for Zach Andrews. He's a real adventure. 65 of 120, 54%. Adam Cook will come into the game along with Danny Adams and Matt Sally and Travis Brown. It's a conclave at the scores table. Free throw is in and out. Danny Adams in, J.J. Twy out. Alegaba and Stout out for Northern Iowa, and Zach will try to tie the game at 16:03 of the first half, 7-6. It's Northern Iowa's lead. One more for Zach, trying to get his first point. Free throws up and bounces off like a turnover. He missed them both. And the rebound, Coleman. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. With it is McCowan between the rings. Comes to Brown on the right. Look at a passing lane cut down. Cook, good job defensively by Danny Adams. Cook now takes the ball all the way down. Lean in against Sally. Foul is called. Charge! Good job of avoiding that time contact by Danny Adams, and the charge taken by Will Franklin, who might have got a knee in the thigh.
Good job by Will there under the basket.
15:43. It's the first foul of the game for 34 Adam Cook. Second team foul back in a minute. It's 7-6 Northern Iowa at 15:43. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball, 1470 WMBD. Who's that, Watts? Yeah.
Should have a better crowd than we got, Dave.
Yeah, they had 2,000 tickets left yesterday. They sold upper level seats for $4.
Yeah, and look at that. That's bad. Short grade, yeah, Alex. Short grade. Yep.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena, along with our junior sportscaster tonight, Alex Schroer. He goes to Banner Elementary School, 11 years old. He's in the 5th grade. His dad is Scott. His mom is Julie, and they both ran cross country for Craig Dahlquist at Bradley. Plays the violin and soccer. There's a well-rounded young man.
He probably might do a little fishing down there around Banner too, Dave.
He says his favorite subject at school is math because he likes to solve problems, and he probably one day will be figuring up your income tax. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by your hometown bank, a division of Morton Community Bank. We invite you to sign up your young person for the Bradley Junior Sportscaster at any of their 15 area locations. And the Braves are brought to you by Avani's. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, You can register them to be honorary ball boy or ball girls at any of the 3 of Bonnie's locations. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. Adams, Ruffin, Franklin, Sally. Matt Sally comes in, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, along with Jeremy Crouch. Bradley's 2 field goals are 3-point shots.
Maybe showing 2-3 zone here, Dave. Let's see. Now they're going
back to a man-to-man.
Going back man-to-man.
With it is Ruffin. He drives all the way down, beats 2, inside out, gives it to Franklin. Now JC from Adams. And Ruffin on the right wing. A ball screen from Sally on a pick and roll. Inside out, 1 pass, 2 passes in and out of the hands of Franklin, who fumbled it. Bradley's second turnover.
Well, it's too bad because you had a good passing situation.
Boy, the rotation was going to get an open jumper on the right wing if it was reversed.
Yes, it will.
7-6, Northern Iowa still with the lead. They have Cook give to McCowan with Coleman and Brown and Justin in there for the Panthers. Free throw line extended to the right is McCowan. Look at a post pass. That's covered up nicely by Sally as they try to get to Coleman. Look. There's the double by Danny Adams. They try to beat it. A ball fake. Here's Travis Brown. 3-ball right corner is good. Travis Brown, their first 3, and it's 10-6, 4-point lead for Northern Iowa. They had good ball movement that time against the Bradley defense. Here's Ruffin Franklin. On the right is DA for 3. That's good.
1 for 1 for Daddy on the 3.
Look out now. He was our guest on the pregame show.
We've got 9 points all on 3s, Dave.
10-9. Northern Iowa with a 1-point lead at 14:36 of the first half, and McCown across the timeline. Ruffin has to scoot by Coleman, who was setting a moving screen, but it was not an illegal block. Here's a pass to Brown out high on the right, and Crouch is on him. Post pass is Coleman. He looks. Sally's got him on his right hand. He's a left-hander. He's going into the lane, jump stop, flip it up, and get it.
Well, he went one-on-one. Yeah, we went all the way one-on-one that time, too.
12-9. Coleman has 4 at the other end. Franklin wills yet to score, get a ball screen. There's a 3, missed it. Rebound is tipped by Sally into the hands of McCowan. Alegaba is going to come back in the next dead ball. With it is McCowan. Free throw line extended to the right. The count was on. Jostin has to get it between the rings. Looks to drive against Franklin. Jump stop in the lane. Passing lanes cut down. Look. Cut to the basket. Ball is almost kicked to Travis Brown. His jumper is good. He's got 5. And the lead is 5. 14-9. Northern Iowa 13-35. Ruffin with it. Free throw line extended to the right. Now give it to Sally. Left is D.A. Adams gives to Crouch. Franklin up front. Now Adams. In the deep corner right is Ruffin. Sally's going to go to the basket. Off the glass. Too hard. Rebound Franklin is going to get a foul, I think. Yep, a push on the rebound. Their big man coach, Jordan Edslinger. We did not see him at Cedar Falls. 7'1", 255 freshman from Bellevue, Iowa. I would think the tempo might be a little rough for him, but we'll see.
He went out and scored in the last game at Nevada, Dave. He was 4 for 4 up the field, so he's making some pretty good strides for him.
Alegaba is back in for Jostin. 14-9. Northern Iowa with a lead, 13-13 to play first half. Cook with it high left. Give to Travis Brown, who has 5 points. Now it's McCowan, and Ruffin's on him. The count was 2. Cook with it against Danny Adams. Almost turned it over. His lean-in shot, tough shot misses. Rebound is banged on the boards, picked up by Sally. Give it to Ruffin. Here come the Braves across the timeline. Ruff looks right, gives Andrew Warren, who's in the game. Now to Ruffin. A step, no shot. Back to Warren on the right wing. Goes baseline, is bumped. And the baseline cut off. Ruffin back in front. 20 on the shot clock. Ruff gets doubled and then stopped and fouled by the big man, Jordan Edslinger from Bellevue, Iowa. That's a suburb. Well, no, that's Bellevue, Nebraska, I'm thinking, which is a suburb of Omaha. This is Nebraska. So I don't know where it is. You might as well be honest. 14-9. It's somewhere in Iowa. They'll vote in the caucus next year. Ruffin on the inbounds pass gives to Jeremy Crouch. Braves field goals have all been 3s. JC gives to Sally. Now on the left, Andrew Warren get a ball screen. Crouch going to return past Sally, and he's fouled by Cook. Thought it might have been all ball that time. And Steve Skiles, the
pretty good
call.
block. A real fine pass again from Crouch. You had to be right on the money. That was a pretty good block back there.
Cook's foul is second. Will get Grant Stout in the game for him at 12:31. So 0 for 2 for Zach Andrews, and now Sally will go back there. He's 51%, 37 of 72, 14-9. So a quick start for Northern Iowa here. And Sally's first free throw is up and bounced off, badly missed. He was wide left that time on the rim. And here comes Coleman back in, so they have Stout and Coleman back in. So Bradley's offense has been 3 threes. One from Ruffin, one from Crouch, and one from Danny Adams, and one more from Matt Sally, trying to make it a 4-point game, and Zach Andrews will come in for him if he makes the free throw.
They had 4 rebounds from Grant Stout in the first 4 minutes of the game.
He made the free throw, and out he comes. Sally comes out. First point for Matt. It's 14-10. Let's see what the Braves do defensively here. Alegaba will get the inbounds pass and give it right back to McCowan and bring it up. Northern Iowa 14, Bradley 10. 12.5 to play first. J.J. Twy will come in the next dead ball. Alegaba across the timeline. You hear the feet with our floor mic down there. The count is on Kip Kissinger. There's another 3 fired up by Brown. Missed it badly. Stout the rebound in traffic. Given for a 3-ball. McCowan bounced it no good. Rebound is swatted in the hands of Zach Andrews. Give it to Adams and now Ruffin. Across the timeline, Ruff. Adams looked for the shot. Now penetrate inside Zach. Stops. Lays it. Kaboom! For Zach Andrews. He has his first field goal.
Nice job of positioning that time by Zach.
And it's 14-12 as Andrews gets the slam dunk. On the right is Alegaba. Up front is McCowan, who missed an open 3. Alegaba with the warrant on him. They double in the post against Grant Stout, who looks and fires across court. Lob downstairs. Look out. Layup is missed by Coleman. Put back is missed by Coleman. This time it's taken down by Zach Andrews. 2-point bank layups. Across the timeline is Ruff. Threads the needle to Andrews for the goal.
Well, fine pass, but a real good job by Andrews getting up down the floor. He rebounded at both ends that time, Dave.
Even at 14, 4 points now for Zach Andrews, a dunk and a layup. Here's Alegaba beating easily Andrew Warren inside out. There's another 3 by Brown is good. Travis Brown downtown.
He's got 8 points. He had been the starting guard until 2 ball games ago.
Here's Ruff 3 at the other end. That bounce is no good. Rebound taken down by Grant Stout. 17-14 Northern Iowa. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball.
6 rebounds for Stout already.
Alegaba has it. Looks for the right. The count is on by John Higgins. Taken off. McCowan lob inside. This Coleman. Inside layup, reverse layup is good. They tried to front the post that time. 6 points for Coleman. 5-point lead again for Northern Iowa, 19-14. They've run 4 straight. With it is Andrew Warren. The Braves run the weave. Warren gets it back, and he fires 3 right corner. In and out. Rebound taken down. Coleman tips it out of bounds. And the Braves will have it when we come back after our break. 10:25 to play first half. Bradley's ball and Northern Iowa with a 19-14 lead. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball, 1470 WMBD. Big 7-footer coming back in.
Following last year's Sweet 16 run, the Braves are shooting for return players in the big game. When was the last time Bradley made the consecutive fifth in the NCAA tournament? 95-96. Reaching the Elite 8 in 1955. Congratulations to our courtesy cleaning center and lucky draw of the game, Mr. Row 2 in section 14.
Braves are brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery across from Mineral Springs Park on Court Street in Pekin. They now serve lunch. Their special tomato basil soup, gourmet salads, and paninis. That's ham and turkey in the middle of grilled cheese. They deliver the Candy Kitchen and Creamery on Court Street in Pekin. And the Braves brought to you by the Country Insurance and Financial Agents of the game. Tonight they're Don Rice in Tremont, Joe McIntyre in Peoria. And Bradley basketball is brought to you by Forts Toyota. See Forts Toyota at 474 and 29 in North Pekin. They say go Braves, who aren't shooting the ball particularly well from the field yet, Coach Stoll. They are 5 of 15.
5 of 15 and 3 of 9 for 3-point range. Northern Iowa, 8 out of 16, Dave. They've shot the ball real well. They played well thus far. They also have 6 assists to go with 1 turnover. And Bradley's 5-1. So it's been some good passes by both teams.
Stout and Coleman, as Coach mentioned during the break, lead the nation in rebounds for 2 players on 1 team.
And they already have 10 in the first 10 minutes of this ball game.
19-14, the Frisbee Dogs at halftime, Coach Stoll.
They're pretty good. I haven't taught that to Butter yet, but
You like that better than Little Braves race?
I would say yes.
Andrew Warren, inbound sideline right, 19-14, Northern Iowa. Not a lot of points for the Braves yet. 10-25, and Will Franklin with it. Are they zoning here?
Inbounds,
Yes,
2-3 zone on the inbounds.
With it, Franklin. Between the rings, takes a look to the left. Andrew Warren, that's a 3. That's good. That's 4 on the night. It's all of a sudden 19-17 as Andrew Warren gets on the board. The Braves show a little pressure in the back court. But it's Travis Brown who's had a great start to this game across the timeline. Now it's Justin along with Alegaba. And he has it up high left. Franklin's on him. Look to get a ball screen from Stout. Instead goes left. Justin look inside the big 7-footer. That's Edslinger. Backs in against Zach Andrews and scores.
Did a nice job, Dave.
21-17 as Eggsleiter gets the field goal. Matt Sally will come back in the next dead ball.
They stayed in the zone.
With it, Franklin. Now Andrew Warren. A step. Franklin now left. Danny Adams inside. It's Zach Andrews. Turns, hooks, fires it. Good. He's got 6. 21-19. Fine hook shot by Zach Andrews. Cuts the Northern Iowa lead to 2. 21-19 with 9:14 to play in the half. Alegaba works against Will Franklin, who's going to get a rest, I'm sure, next. He hasn't had one yet. Justin with it on the Valley sign on the right, the 100-year anniversary. Give to Stout up high, look for a block, a downstairs pass. Alegaba get a ball screen, and Will Franklin's on him. Shot clock reads 12, 11, now 10. Now 9. Alegaba with 8, looks to get a ball screen with 7. Return pass to Stout with 6. Dribbles with 5, knocked away by Franklin with 3. Justin loses with 2. And there's a violation and a turnover. The second one for Northern Iowa. Good Bradley defense on the half court. Ruffin in, Sally in. Ruffin will probably come in for Franklin here. No, Zach Andrews out. And Andrew Warren out. That Will Franklin's an Iron Man, Coach. He just keeps on ticking. 21-19, Northern Iowa with a lead, 8:40 to play in the first half. Franklin with it, get a ball screen from J.J. Twy. Now turns the corner. With it is Ruffin running the weave left, looks inside, pass inside, J.J. Twy from Sally on a block to block, left to right. His first 2 is tied at 21. 8:25 to play in the half. With it on the left in 3-point territory, moving to the right is McCowan. Looks and give to Justin. They run a little bit of weave of their own. Now Justin get a high post screen. A ball screen not used. He backs up. Will Franklin wants him to go left. His pull-up jumper from 10. Badly missed. Rebound taken down. Twy. Gives to Ruffin. Braves shoot for the lead with 8:03 and a half. Ruff across the timeline. Gives to Twy. Steps. Gives to Ruff. Ball fake. Ball screen. Look for the pick and roll. Flip it underhanded to Franklin. Ball screen from D.A. Here's a Franklin shot missed. And a rebound, good position that time by McCowan. Across the timeline comes Justin. Look at the drop down pass. Good defense by Danny Adams fronting the post. Now McCowan, even at 21 official time in the next dead ball. Eagles leader in the lane. Turns, hooks against Sally. Layup good.
He's doing pretty well for a big freshman. Hadn't played much, Dave.
He's got 4, 23-21. The big 7-footer got it in. Just like old Bryant last year. With it and turning the corner is Franklin. Now Ruffin inside Sally, layup, push, foul. They go to the line for a pair and try to tie the game.
Should have had a layup. It did have the layup, just didn't finish it off. Another fine pass.
Back in a minute. Northern Iowa 23, Bradley 21. Coleman back in and 2 in the hopper. Coming for free throw time for Matt Sally when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois.
Big kid's handled himself pretty well down there for freshman.
Better not let him get it down there.
Josh, I got Stout.
23-21 Northern Iowa with 7:19 to play in the first half, and 2 free throws coming up for Matt Sally. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. When you enter your Irish on State and Water on Peoria's riverfront, where there's always plenty of parking, and parking is always free. Saturday night, it's senior night. Bradley and Northern Iowa tonight. Indiana State on Saturday, 14-10. Creighton over Illinois State, 8:43. In the first half over at Redbird Arena. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by the Peoria Banking Center. Check out the completely free checking accounts at the Peoria Banking Center. Candle Tree Center on North University Peoria. Also the sponsor for Braves Plus with Dan DiOrio before and after every Bradley basketball broadcast. The numbers, Coach.
Another thing we've done a good job on, Dave, thus far. We only get 3 fouls on Bradley, played 13 minutes. They've only shot 2 free throws. That's one thing I think that Tate has noticed of, doing a better job. Right now, they're shooting 53% from the field. They're 2 out of 4 from three-point range. We're shooting 42, 4 out of 10 from three-point range. Both teams' assist-turnover ratio is good. They have 6 assists, go with 2 turnovers. Bradley 8 assists with 1 turnover. It's a real good pressing.
Remember, Northern Iowa led 33-32 at Nevada the other night and then got blitzed in the first few minutes of the second half. Sally to the line. He has 1 point, 1 of 2. Where's number 22? If he makes them both, he'll tie the game. If he makes them both, I think we might be surprised. First one good. Look good on that one. 23-22. Sally with 2 and 1 more. Jeremy Crouch is back in the game, and he has the 2 spot left. I think he's about to load up another 3, Coach. I got the feeling. Free throw, Sally. Missed it. Bounced it straight down.
6 feet up in the air and came in, Dave.
And he did make them both. 23-23, 7:15 to play first half. Bradley and Northern Iowa. Good ball game thus far. Justin with it. Looks at McCowan. Bounce pass to him. Ruff went for the steal. McCowan gets free. Inside out pass. Adam Veet is in the game. They post McCowan, who missed the shot. Rebound Crouch. Saves. To McCowan. Get it back. And there's Adam Veet's 3. Good. Adam Veet is from McKinley, Iowa. And it's 26-23 on the 3 ball from Veet, and that's what he does.
He's had 96 shots, 93 of them are 3s on the season, Dave.
Ruffin with it. His 3 to tie it. Good! Nope, don't put on the line for 2. Indicated
line drive that one in.
He's got 5, 26-25. Ruff was just on the line. So it's a 1-point lead for Northern Iowa. They got the ball. Justin with it. He comes between the rings, looks at Coleman on a return pass. Need to front the post, and Sally does. And does again, and does again. Travis Brown has had a good start to this game. McCowan. Stout is out of the game now. McCowan looks for the shot. Give to Coleman. This cross-court pass as a pull-up jumper by Brown is good. He found the open man.
He's got 10.
28-25. 3-point lead for Northern Iowa. 6:04 to play first half. Zach Andrews will come in. So the Panthers have the 3-point lead. Crouch gives J.J. Twy. Now gives to Will Franklin running the weave. Ruffin, a ball fake. Has it out front. Give it to Franklin. He's open for 3. That's good. And the Braves tie the game.
5 threes by different players now, Dave. We got 6 altogether.
Who's next? 3 points for Franklin, his first of the night. 28-28. 5:36 to play. Franklin went for the steal. Jostin out front. Alegaba will come back. And the next dead ball, driving all the way is Jostin, and he comes about left. Jim thought that he carried the ball. Here's Travis Brown, almost fell down trying to get away from Twy. Come between the rings with 13, now 12 on the shot clock. Adam Veet, they send a man back door, that's covered 9. Now 8. McCowan with 7. Now with 6. High left with 6. Ball screen up high. McCowan drives to the basket, lean in, shot, clutch, miss. Rebound Sally. Kick it off, Ruff. Braves shoot for the lead here with 5:05. Ruffin, pull up 17. Yes, indeed. It's 30-28, 7 points for Ruffin. Score in a hurry, can't they?
Sure can.
5:54 to play, 4:54 to play first half. With it McCowan, free throw line extended to the right. Looking for the posting. Coleman gives it to him, he backs up. Now he's charged. Great position by Matt Sally, and Coleman picked up the foul.
Coleman was 1-on-1 that time, and good position by Sally is right.
Fine defensive play by Matt Sally with 4:43 to play in the half, and the Bradley lead is 30-28. Third turnover for Northern Iowa. Stout in, Coleman in, Halegaba is in, and Jostin, their starting 5, is on the floor. Ruffin across the timeline, 2-point Bradley lead. Ruff Beats his man initially, scoops it to Twy, gives it back to Ruff, get a ball screen. Go to the right, there's a mismatch, somebody's open, it's Zach Andrews, inside out to Crouch, want to play a two-man game. JC loses it, picks it up, it's a held ball, it'll go to Northern Iowa with 4:21 to play in the half. Turn the possession arrow to the Braves. Crouch lost control of it a minute, and so the Panthers will have it. Second Bradley turnover, that's all. Crowd doesn't like it, but that was the right call. That doesn't bother you much, Coach. You get the possession arrow if there's no more held balls in the first half.
That's right. Something good to start.
Jeremy turned the ball over. You'd rather have a tie up and turn the arrow rather than get something out of it. Wet spot on the floor. Bradley ticket holders or fans that have ordered all session tickets for the Valley Tournament can pick them up 9 to 5 at the Bradley Fieldhouse ticket office starting tomorrow. McCown across the timeline, Bradley 30, Northern Iowa 28. 4:11 to play in the half. McCown taking free throw line extended to the right. That backdoor lob is to Stout. He's on the block on the left. Turnaround hooker, too hard. Rebound taken down by Zach Andrews. Kick it out, Ruffin. 4 minutes will have an official time at an extended ball. Ruff backs up. Off balance shot. Rim's no good. Andrews the rebound. Kick it back out. JC 4-3 is up and good. 33-28 timeout Northern Iowa. Zach Andrews set that up. Coach Stoll with a rebound and the kick.
Well, that's at least 6 or 7 rebounds for Zach already. He's only played about half the first half.
6 points for Crouch on his second three. It seemed like the Braves were stuck in the early teens the biggest part of this first half, and now they've got 33 already. And remember, their record when they lead at halftime is 14-2. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by River Valley Trailer Sales. From the Pekin Bridge at routes 9 and 24 for all you need in flatbed, cargo, equipment, and motorcycle trailers. River Valley Trailer Sales.
Only 3 team fouls on Bradley the first half, Dave, but we played over 16 minutes. That's real good. We shot 2 free throws all this far in the first half.
We'll have an official time on the next dead ball. That was a called timeout. Jin has not used his first half timeout. Unless he wants to stop momentum, usually saves that for the last possession of the half. Alegaba and McCowan in the backcourt with Grant Stout. Well, Grant Stout hasn't done a whole lot in the last few games, but he is capable. Travis Brown will come in the next dead ball.
He's a good player, though.
Alegaba taken to the right, a ball screen on a pick and roll. Coleman didn't get it back. Alegaba, his shot is good. 33-30. Here's Crouch at the other end. 3-point Bradley lead. JC, who just hit the three, look for the drop-down pass. Now it's Twy in the corner on the right. Takes a dribble in the lane. Drop-down pass is Zach Andrews. Fires it up, missed it. Got his own rebound back up and back in. Boy, he's really going to work, isn't he? He got that foul 14 seconds in, and he's been a monster since. He's got 8. 35-30 Bradley's lead with 3:05 to play in the half. Alegaba takes the ball to the right, and Ruff is right in his pocket. Stops, passing lanes cut down by Crouch. Now it's McCowan. Looking to get a ball screen from Stout and a pick and pop. Comes to the left, Jostin. Go to the baseline. Good help by Ruffin as he helped out Will Franklin. Inside out, Alegaba. His 3 ball is good. Corner on the right, 35-33. 2-point Bradley lead. Alegaba gets the field goal. He's got 5. Ruffin with it, free throw line extended right to Zach Andrews, who carried the ball, wasn't called. Give it to Ruffin. Twy, Franklin. Ball screen from JJ and a pick and roll. Franklin gives to Ruffin. Inside pass to Zach Andrews. Turns in the lane. Turnaround hooker. Good off the glass. Double figures 10. 37-33. The Braves lead is 4 with 2:16 to play in the half. We're going to get to 40.
Well played game by both teams.
Yeah. Alegaba behind the back, goes to the free throw line, gets all the way there, and a foul on Zach Andrews.
Well, Zach's helping out.
And we'll have an official time.
Pretty good help by Zach.
2 free throws coming up for the freshman when we come back in a minute. Bradley 37, Northern Iowa 33, 2:06 to play, and 2 in the hopper for the Panthers when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sable, and tonight, our junior sportscaster, Alex Schreier. And his dad, Scott, here watching the game. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Illinois American Water. Proud to provide you with quality water service. We treat it right. And by the Unland Companies. Take the hassle out of buying insurance with one call. They're in the white and yellow pages, the Unland Companies, where it's about you. Well, Coach, how we got to be shooting a little bit better from the field, I would think.
But yeah, from threes in the field goals. We're shooting 52% from the field. We're 6 out of 12 for 50% from threes, Dave. Zach Andrews, in 11 minutes of playing time, is 5 out of 6 from the field. 5 offensive rebounds, Dave, which is more than a game for most guys. Total of 8 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers for Zach, and 11 well-played minutes. I think it's been a well-played game by both teams thus far.
Travis Brown's having a nice game, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and he has been a starter, and he's a good-looking young player. This 7-footer, Dave. He gets a few more touches.
He's back in.
Next year, he's going to be a good player for him. He'll take Stout's place, I believe, next year.
Biggs leader is back in the game. 1 of 2. Kajo Alegaba, 37-33 is the Bradley lead with 2:06 to play in the half. He's 1 of 2 from the line. His free throw is line drived in. He's got 7, and the Bradley lead is 3, and it could be 2.
He shot all their free throws, all 4 of them with this free throw.
Isn't that amazing with Stout and Coleman? Free throw 2 is rimming, no good. Rebound taken out Sally.
Done a good job in doubling out on both of them.
Yeah.
Without fouling.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Bradley's lead is 3.
Zone they're showing this sequence.
37-34. Franklin looks at Jeremy Crouch, gives it to him. Hide the shot, didn't take. High post passes Twy. Going to drive between 2. Give it to Ruffin. 18 on the shot clock. Ruff's 3 is good. It's amazing the way they just fire away those threes.
10 for Daniel.
That's 7 tonight. 40-34. That's the biggest Bradley lead with 1:35 to go. Possession arrow belongs to the Braves, you know. Alegaba give to Coleman at the high post. He's out now. He's out high right. Waits for the handoff to McCowan. See if the Braves can get a stop and a score here. McCowan with it between the rings out near the timeline. Lob passes to Coleman. He walked again, and made the layup.
Got to take that left hand away. He's awful strong with it.
Crowd didn't like it. He's got 8, 40-36. Looked like he walked a bit. Franklin with it, gives it to Jeremy Crouch, back to Franklin, up high left, get a ball screen from Sally, and Twy, give to Ruffin. JJ up front, takes a dribble, inside out, pass is Franklin. Now it's to Ruffin, who penetrates for a JJ 3-corner right, or left, good.
Plenty of time for him to take it, nice pass from Ruff.
43-36, 5 points for JJ. 43 seconds to go. Jim will call his timeout on the next possession for the Braves. 37 seconds to go in the half. 43-36 Braves. Alegaba, 25 on the shot clock. There is about 7 difference in game and shot. 20 on the shot clock out near the timeline. Jostin, Bradley's biggest lead of the game is 7. Will have the lead at halftime. 14-2 when they lead at halftime. With it is McCowan with 10 on the shot clock. Out near the timeline with 9, now 8. Going to get a ball screen from Eagslater with 7, now with 6. McCowan with 5 in the lane. Short shot, missed it badly. Rebound Ruffin. Across the timeline with 7, now 6. No timeout. JC for 3 is blocked. Give it to Twy with 2. Up at the horn, missed it.
Good first half, Dave, by both teams.
Bradley 43, Northern Iowa 36. It's a halftime lead of 7 for the team in white, and they trail for most of the first 10 minutes. In the second 10, they kind of took over. And once again, the 3-ball coach tonight. In the first half, the Braves have 8 in the first half.
And the bulk of those came in about the last 7 or 8 minutes as well, Dave.
Good balance and quite a first half for Daniel Ruffin and for Will Franklin. Back with the halftime numbers on a Bradley 43-36 halftime lead. We'll update you on the Illinois State Creighton game and more. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Is that the only game we got tonight, or is
the other one starts later?
Later.
Think again. And you may think hard cares.
24, 17, 4, 0. Okay.
We set the standard in heart care. We're the only full-service tertiary hospital for hearts in Central Illinois, with cardiac and vascular surgery, a heart failure program, and superior outcomes for heart attacks. OSF St. Francis Heart Hospital, at the heart of innovation and excellence, Illinois' only hospital certified for heart attack care.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to mid-court for special recognition. This Missouri Valley Conference began sponsorship of men's soccer as a championship sport back in 1991. Only 3 teams have won back-to-back regular season conference championships. Our Bradley Braves became that 3rd team, and they backed up their 2005 championship by claiming a share of the 2006 Missouri Valley Conference title. Playing in front of a homecoming crowd of 1,577 students, the Braves knocked off 15th-ranked Creighton 2-1 in the regular season finale to earn their share of their 3rd overall Valley title. For team success comes individual awards, and several Braves collected postseason honors this year. Among many individual honors, senior forward Zach Bell was named second team Scholar All-American, and junior defender Todd Reedy was voted second team academic All-American. In addition, Bell and James Hedges were voted first team All-Missouri Valley Conference. Forward Chris Crenshaw was named Valley Freshman of the Year.
White on pink lettering is not good.
No.
Todd and Zoa were voted by their peers the Valley Coaching Staff of the Year.
Welcome back to Carver Arena, everybody. It's halftime, and Bradley has a 43-36 lead. You know, Jim usually calls timeout, Coach, for the last possession, but because the rebound came and Bradley was on a fast break, they weren't going to stop the momentum because Ruff was on the fly. So they did not use the timeout, and
they
had a good block by Coleman as he blocked Jeremy's shot.
Nice block. Yeah, when you got 8 seconds to go, you don't, you try and call a timeout. It may take 3 seconds to get it, then you don't have enough time to get a good shot. They came down, we got the good shot. Coleman, to his credit, made a good block on it.
Nice hand for Jim DeRose as he's out there with his Bradley soccer team being introduced. The Missouri Valley Conference champions again, Jim DeRose. There aren't many better. He's just done a wonderful job here at Bradley, and we're so fortunate to have Jim DeRose. Coach, you got the scoring in the first half. A lot of Bradley balance, and 2 in double figures already.
We got Matt Sally, Dave, Stratford at the free throw line for his 3. Zach Andrews, after missing 2 free throws, Zach went 5 for 6 in the field for his 10 points and played very well. Had up to last count, had 8 rebounds as well. J.J. Twy with 2 baskets, one of those is a 3. Will Frankel with 1 basket, that was a 3. Daniel Ruffin with 4 baskets. Daniel had 2 threes, a total of 10 in the first half. Jeremy Crouch was 2 threes for his 6. Andrew Warren with a basket for 3, and Danny Adams off the bench with a basket for 3. Bradley 3 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half.
I was really impressed with Travis Brown, Coach. He played at the same high school as Ray Brown, who's sitting out this year.
Well, he'd started many of their games this year, and it was just the last couple of games. We didn't think too much of Olegba. Didn't play too well up there, didn't have much playing time, but he's been playing a little more lately, and he played pretty well. He was one of the few guys, he could penetrate the ball at the basket. He shot all 4 of those free throws, so Olegba and Brown both playing well. You want to go with Northern Iowa?
Yes, we watched the Frisbee Dogs with the Rebarks on.
Okay, we got Grant Stott with a basket for 2. We don't have the stats yet, Dave, but he's probably got at least 5 rebounds as well. Joe Legaba was...
very good, Coach.
That was for me, Dave. Had 2 baskets, one of those was a 3. He's 2 out of 4 from the free throw line, shooting all their free throws. He had 7 points. Eric Coleman, if we can keep him from going left, we'll be in good shape. He's 4 for 8. He can go left. You better get all the way in front of his left, or he'll take you right to the basket. Done a good job of keeping him off the free throw line thus far. He's not a good free thrower, but we've doubled down on him. I thought Twy, particularly when he's in the ball game, did a good job of doubling down on Coleman. Jared Jostin had a basket for 2. Brooks McKeon had a number of assists, which is the best part of his game. He did not score. Adam Viet, we mentioned, Dave, he's taken 96 shots coming in this ball game. 93 of them were threes. So you look, and of course he took 1 and made his 3 here in the first half. Travis Bound, the young man you alluded to, had 4 baskets. 2 of those were three-point range to lead them in scoring with 10. And Jordan Eggleseder, the freshman, 7-foot freshman, and getting more playing time, I think he's going to be a factor in the league next year. He has 4 points as well.
And the halftime score is Bradley 46, 43, Northern Iowa 36. We're still waiting for the official statistics to give you the second chance points. Braves have done a pretty good job rebounding tonight with Zach Andrews, who got the one foul right into the first part of the first minute of the game, and then did not get in that severe foul problems.
Well,
again.
That's the thing I like, Dave. You know, I've mentioned to you about, you like to keep the other team away from the free throw line. Seems like we're putting more of an emphasis on it. And Zach played very hard. He got that early foul and didn't let him affect his play at all. Continued to play hard, and you got rewarded with some nice passes from the guards and 10 points in the first half.
Bradley will have possession to open the second half. We'll take our 5-minute break, and then we'll get the official statistics on the first half. And again, the Braves will have possession to open the second frame. Back in 5 minutes, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Jumper with lightning speed from homeless to high fly, and give it up for Hyper Hannah.
Dogs are pretty good.
Steve Kaversky was?
Excuse me, son. Wait a minute, Dave. He's 11, Dave, in the pros, but I don't know what he was here, Dave. 11 in the pros, but I'm not sure that was what he was here.
Great effort. Here are the statistics in the first half. In field goal shooting, Northern Iowa shot 54, that's 5.4%. The Braves shot 52, that's 5.2%. From three-point range.
I think it's 35-25 Creighton at halftime. And Wichita and Missouri State are just starting. Here we go. Here you go, Coach.
Turnovers, 3 on Northern Iowa, 2 on Bradley. Braves got 13 assists, led by Daniel Loveman with 5. We'd like to welcome the groups that are here.
This is our biggest lead.
St. Vincent, 6th grade basketball. Lions group and Germantown Hill, the Dan Sasso group. Welcome to the arena.
Zach, 8 rebounds.
98.5. qualified shot. Bradley shooting in the end zone. Helped offset the free throw attempt by the Panthers during the second half. For halftime music.
Thanks, Alex.
Bradley
Thank you.
basketball band directed tonight by Eric Corey.
It's amazing, Coach. They got Coleman and Stout, and we're just only behind 16-12 in the paint with all our threes.
Well, look here. They got 9 assists, only 3 turnovers as well, Dave.
Yeah. And we're 13-2. And we have no steals in the first half. That's unusual.
Pardon?
We have no steals in the first
I was
half.
going to say, I can't remember half when we haven't. Both teams shooting real well.
Welcome back to the court, our Bradley Braves.
Zach got his second foul, never got back in there, about 3 minutes ago.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sable, and our junior broadcaster tonight, Alex Schroyer. Coach, you got the numbers for the first half. Bradley over 50% and 8 of 15 from 3.
Yeah, that's impressive, Dave. We're 16 out of 31 from the field, 8 of 15 from 3, as you mentioned. Only 3 of 6 from the free throw line, but have kept them off the line as well. We're shooting 50% from 52 from the field, 53 on threes, and 50 on the free throw line. As a team, they're shooting 54% from the field, 4 out of 6 from the line. They've only shot 4 threes and made the 2 of them. And they got Grant Stout with 6 rebounds to lead them. We have Andrews who played 11 minutes. As we mentioned, he got 2 fouls and was set out about the last 3 minutes of the first half. Still had 8 rebounds.
Trying to win their 20th game of this season.
And it shows, Dave, both teams are playing pretty well. You got Northern Iowa with 9 assists to go with 3 turnovers. That's impressive. Bradley 13 assists to go with 2 turnovers. That's even more impressive.
Both teams together 22-5. And no steals for the Braves in the first half. I can't remember a half of 20 minutes where that's happened all year.
Well, can you remember half all year when there's been 5 turnovers by both teams? And that's equally impressive.
10 rebounds for Zach Andrews. The Braves rebounding, leading by 2 at the break, and that usually is pretty good news.
It's been a well-played game, I think, by both teams.
Points in the paint, Northern Iowa 16, Bradley 12. Off turnovers 3-2, Panthers. Second chance points, Bradley 8-5. Fast break points, Bradley 4-2. Bench points, Northern Iowa 17-9. Score tied 4 times, lead changed 5 times. Northern Iowa led by 5. Bradley's biggest lead is right now 43-36, and Bradley will have possession to open the second half, and Jim usually has something up his sleeve to run out of the huddle, and a lot of times it's a back pick lob to Zach Andrews, so we'll see what happens this time around.
They've got good help on the bench, as you mentioned, Dave. Adam Veet is 1 out of 1 from the 3-point range. Brown is 4 out of 5. Cook missed their only shot. Nagelsetter, the big 7-footer, is 2 out of 2, so they get the real production from their bench so far tonight.
35-25 is the halftime score between Creighton and Illinois State, and the Blue Jays have the 10-point lead, and Missouri State and Wichita State are just about to start, and that's at Carver Arena tonight. Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD, Peoria, Illinois. And the Braves are brought to you by Peoria Siding and Windows, celebrating over 30 years of serving Central Illinois with quality and experience in the home improvement business, and proud sponsor of Bradley basketball. Looking forward tomorrow night, Coach Stoll, to emceeing an event for the Alzheimer's Association with National League Manager of the Year Joe Girardi, who's going to be in town, and looking forward to seeing the Peorian, who's done very, very well, not only as a player, but certainly with the Florida Marlin team with a bankroll of $14 million. He was competitive.
Well, not only that, Dave, but I think, what he does, and just like coming down here for the Alzheimer's event, he's just a great person and a great role model for the rest of the community, just like Tommy is as well.
Spalding, and then Northwestern, played with the Peoria Chiefs, many years with the Cubs, then the Yankees, finished up with the Cardinals, and went into a managerial position with the Florida Marlins.
He'll be back managing for, within maybe a year.
I wouldn't doubt it. Crouch, Twy, Andrews, Ruffin, and Franklin for Bradley. Alegaba, Coleman, Jostin, McCowan.
Nobody any real foul trouble, Dave.
Stout and Coleman.
Andrews has 2 for us.
Bradley only had how many team fouls in the first
4,
half?
Dave.
Not many, yeah. So that's 2 games in a row where they've 2 halves in a row, very few fouls. Here we go. We call the action. Bradley moves from right to left to right if you're watching on BUBraves.com. Ruffin with it. Passes to Twy. Gives to Ruff. They clear a side for him, and now he gives it to Crouch, who penetrates. Kick it back, Ruffin. Twy. Inside is Andrews. Turns and fires it too hard. Rebound Stout. Got there, didn't finish.
They had a double screen set up that time for Crouch right off the bat. Almost got a charge.
The leg above between the rings. Bradley 43-36. Failed on their first offensive trip. McCowan looked for a post pass to Coleman. Now Stout about 20 feet away.
And fighting that post down there with Zach and Coleman.
And a third foul on Zach as a result. So once again, Zach gets a foul in the first 37 seconds, and out he comes. He's got 3. Sally in for Andrews.
He's got to have some help when you're going to guard someone like Coleman. He gets down that low.
Inbound baseline left. Heligaba looks for Stout. J.J. Twy covers off on him. The count is 4, and the inbounds pass is knocked away. Ruffin, who tips it to Crouch, who's got a layup. JC, flip it up and get it.
That's great defense.
Daniel Ruffin made a terrific play.
Well,
Crouch
playing
has
the
8.
inbounds pass, Dave, made that pay off.
45-36 and a 9-point Bradley lead, their biggest. Remember, Northern Iowa stumbled out of the gate. 4th turnover for Northern Iowa against Nevada the other day. Here's going down. A blindside strip by Crouch. Get it back as Coleman. Heligaba give it to McCowan. Straight away, almost another steal. Bradley's already got their first here in the game. Here's a ball knocked away by Crouch. Picked up by Stout. Now Heligaba with it on the right from McCowan. Shot clock reads 4. Now 3. Drives with 2. McCowan, 3-point shot left. Good at the buzzer.
First basket of the game from McCowan. He got it as time ran out.
46-39, back to a 6-point Bradley lead. Biggest was 9 before that make. J.J. Twy give it to Ruffin. Drives baseline against Coleman, and he stepped out of bounds. And Jim Les thought he was pushed out of bounds. 3rd Bradley turnover as Ruff tried to go the baseline and stepped on the end line. And so with a 46-39 lead, they'll play defense. Heligaba against Franklin across the timeline. 18-19 to play. Crouch has almost had 2 steals the last defensive trip. Coleman between the rings, looks left, looks right, wants to get a ball screen. Now gives it to Heligaba up high right. Franklin stays with him, drives the baseline and dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. 5th turnover for Northern Iowa. 18:04 to play. Bradley 45, Northern Iowa 39. And now John Higgins is talking to Jim Les. And Twy inbounds to Ruff. They thought that Ruff was pushed out of bounds. Across the timeline he comes and gives it to Franklin. Looks at Twy on the left. They double him, gives it to Crouch. Skip past J.J. Twy. Doesn't take the shot. Gives a ball screen to Crouch, who drives to the basket and stops. Now it's Franklin. Twy, Ruffin on the right. Ruff get a ball screen from Sally on a pick and roll. Instead it's a pick and pop and a Ruff jumper. Good for 3. 9-point lead again. Ruff has 13.
Daniel's shooting the ball awfully well now. If people get on him a little early this season, he's been shooting the ball very well.
48-39. Bradley's lead, 17:22 to play. Heligaba with it up high is Jostin, a ball fake. Crouch left his feet, now gets back. 16 on the shot clock. Stout looks at a cutter. Now against J.J. Twy. Going to go to the block. He gets doubled by Franklin. Oh, he put it down to be stripped, and Will got a foul. Kip Kissinger was behind the play that time. I think if he would have seen it from the other angle, he might have called a jump ball. Will went to double and stole the ball, actually. Crowd upset, crowd not happy. With it, McCowan. New shot clock. Gives it to Jostin in the corner on the right. Crouches on him. Return pass to Coleman, knocked away by Ruffin off the leg of Coleman out of bounds. 6th turnover.
Double up by Ruffin that time.
Quick. Rough double, got the steal off the leg, and out of bounds, turned it over. Bradley trying for a double-digit lead here. 48-39, 3 minutes into the second half. Franklin look for a ball screen, Ruffin. Now he gets it from Sally on a pick and roll. Inside pass before the shot, the foul. What a whip pass inside from Daniel Ruffin to Franklin, who was open, made the layup, but fouled on the floor. Grant Stout, the foul is second on Brown. His second. Inbounds pass, Sally from Crouch, baseline left. Franklin against Johnston, now J.J. Twy. Hands off to Franklin. Gives to Ruffin up front. Ruff going to drive with the left hand. Now backs up deep as Sally. Turnaround jumper, Sally. Banked it, no good. Coleman the rebound. Little out of his range that time at the other end. Stout runs the floor for the layup. Good. From McCowan. 48-41. Braves didn't get back. Rarely. With it is Crouch. Beats his man. Gets a ball screen from Franklin. Inside pass to Sally. Out Ruffin. Good ball movement for a Twy three. Right. Missed it. Rebound taken down by McCowan. 48-41. Danny Adams will come into the next dead ball. McCowan in the lane. Spins against Ruff. Flips it in.
That's a nice drive by McCowan.
4 straight makes it a 5-point game. 5 points for McCowan. Ruffin gives to Sally. Now Ruffin will have an official time in the next dead ball, and Danny Adams will come in. Pick and roll. Layup good. Sally from Ruffin.
All right, nice roll, but boy, get open. Daniel will find you.
5 points for Sally. He can chalk that up to number 20. Gave it to him right for the layup. 50-43. Bradley's lead is 7. 15:45 for the game. McCowan look for the post pass inside of the block on the right to Stout. Now he's got single coverage with Twy. Going to back in. Going to turn right. Block the block pass intercepted by Franklin. 7th turnover. 3-on-3 break. Franklin. Crouch. Ball fake. Now stops. Good recognition that time to slow it down. Franklin inside off the glass. Good. As he beat McCowan, who tried to take the charge. 5 points for Franklin. Bradley's lead is 9 again with 2 straight. 52-43. 15-15 left. Timeout. Northern Iowa. It's a 30, but this will be a full. With 30 on the shot clock, Panthers with the ball, and Bradley with a 52-43 lead. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. I think we're about to bust this one open, Coach.
Oh, I'll tell you, Northern Iowa's not playing that. They're not playing that bad. We're just playing real good. Well, they're playing pretty good. Yeah, we got a 9-point lead.
Yeah. You can go to ESPN.com too, and they'll give you an update. Yeah, that's a halftime score. This one here? Okay. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Methodist, nationally recognized for quality patient care and safety at Methodist. Outstanding health care centered on you, and by Avanti's. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any of the 3 Avanti's locations. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. And ball boy souvenir shirts are provided by Pyramid Printing, specializing in embroidery and screen printing for business apparel. Call Pyramid Printing at 387-2777 for a free catalog, or visit them at www.pyramidprinting.com. The numbers, Coach, the numbers.
Dave, Northern Iowa only had 3 turnovers the first half. We played a little bit less than 5 minutes. They've already had 4 turnovers this first half. We've expanded the lead up to 9 points. Northern Iowa's not playing real bad. We're playing real well. I think Northern Iowa's playing pretty good overall themselves.
They're shooting 58% from the field.
Well, here again, these 4 turnovers help us increase our lead. That's some real crisp passing. Our passing is very good. We got 15 assists to go with 3 turnovers, David. That's got to be impressive. And after no steals in the first half, we already have 3 in the first less than 5 minutes here in the second half.
Crouch, Franklin, and Andrews. You got 3 starters on the bench, and Sally, Andrew Warren, and Danny Adams are in. So this team's got a little bit more depth that they've got this 8-man rotation here. and sing if there's foul trouble. Grant Stout gives to McCowan. 52 Bradley, 43 Northern Iowa, 15:07 to play. Justin with it between the rings, come to the left. A good show by Danny Adams, who's got Grant Stout. What a matchup that is. McCowan with it out high left, gets a ball screen. Now looks for the handoff. McCowan has it from Justin, taking to the wing on the left. Look at Cook, who's back in the game. With it is Stout. Looks, backs in against Sally, needs some help. Brown, jumper, corner right. Good ball movement for the Panthers, and they get the 3 ball from the right corner. 52-46, Bradley's lead trimmed to 6. Ball screen is Ruffin. He comes all the way down, lay it up and get it. Scores! Ruff. And we'll have an official time. He'll go for the trifecta the hard way.
He's got 15 now.
As McCowan hit the 3 ball, and Ruff came right back down and drove it right down their throat and was fouled by McCowan. Or make it 21 Brown, who picks up his 3rd with 14:37 to play. 3-point opportunity for Ruff, who's got 15 going for 16. When we come back in a minute, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Our surfers representing Williams Hall and raising money for the American Red Cross. Teams, are you ready? First up.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Greater Peoria Regional Airport. Fly non-stop from Peoria to Tampa St. Pete on a Legion Air. You always park free at the Greater Peoria Airport when you fly to over 250 destinations worldwide. Check out www.flypia.com or see your travel agent. And the Braves are brought to you by Bradfield's Computer Supply, the largest downstate Lexmark dealer. As Bradfield's has a special storage division to protect all of your valuable records, either by computer files or paper. Bradfield's Computer Supply. Bradley, 54. Northern Iowa, 46. And Daniel Ruffin, who would be a shame if he's not on first-team all-conference selection, Coach.
I don't know how they keep him off.
I don't either. He just he dominates games.
Well, he can do it offensively and do it defensively, and he's got the passing game as well, so it's hard to keep somebody that can play a point guard like Daniel. And defense out there has been outstanding on the point all year. Incidentally, Dave, I just wanted to mention I'm going to be a grandfather. My oldest granddaughter, James Golfke, is expecting in September. And my other granddaughter, Autumn, went in the hospital last night, had her appendix out, and she's out already today and in good shape. So
remember when that used to be a 3-week recovery period in the hospital and then out?
Yeah, now
it's amazing
in
what
one
they can
day
do.
and out the next.
Ruff at the line, free throw is good.
16 for Daniel.
His career high is 22 at Creighton.
Little 1-2-1-1 press this time by Bradley. First they showed tonight.
9-point lead again, 55-46.
Now they're falling back.
And with it is Justin.
Back into a zone.
2-3 zone. And between the rings is McCowan. Looks to the right, comes to the right. Ruff picks him up on that side. High post passes to Stout. Kick it back out. 2-man game. As he gets it from Justin, his layup is good. Fine shot. Grant Stout hits the field goal. He's got 6, 55-48. Bradley's lead is 7. 14:06 to play for the game. Coming to the high post is J.J. Twy. Looks right. Finds Warren, who cuts through the lane. Goes left to right. Danny Adams, there's a 3. Bouncing away, no good. Warren tips it out of bounds. On the rebound, he didn't get the right position.
Andrews just going after the ball and couldn't contain it.
DA got a good look, couldn't get the shot down. So it's a 7-point game. Northern Iowa kind of hanging around here. With it is McCowan, lost in a minute. Crouch will come in the next dead ball. Lob to the goal is Stout. Layup is good.
That was well executed. Coleman out of the game. They can be going to Stout more.
So that's 4 straight, 55-50. Northern Iowa's got the lead down to 5. Ruffin gives to Danny Adams. Now Warren up front. There's a screen from Twy, who steps back and gets. DA, there's 3. Rim it no good. Sally tip no good. Ruffin tips no good. Here come the Panthers. 3 stops in a row for Northern Iowa, and they've scored on 2 of them. With it is McCowan. He gets double. He gets double. He looks, gives to Adams, who knocks the ball away out of bounds. Crouch in, Franklin in, Andrews in, Sally out, Twy out, Ruffin out with 13-12 to play, 25 on the shot clock. Coleman comes in, and it'll be inbounded in front of the Northern Iowa bench, sideline right.
Well, Coleman's in trying to nullify Zach if he can. Zach's got to play smart now and not pick up that 4th.
13-12 to play, 55-50 Northern Iowa. They've run 4 in a row, and they've got it again. Here's McCowan with it. Looks up top. Look to get a ball screen from Cook, who's back in. Johnston has it now. Jeremy Crouch watches Johnston go in, and JC fouled him. So a chance for 6 in a row. Coach, this could be a 3-point game.
Johnston, some good speed that time. Just drove by us and took it right to the basket.
3rd Bradley team foul. This will be shooting. And Jostin to the line. He is a 86%er, 30 of 35, so he'll dial 1 in. Missed it. 13 minutes, 7 minutes gone in the second half, and the Bradley lead is 5. They led by 7 at the break. Led by 9 early. Free throw 2 is good, so he split him. Got back to a 4-point game. Justin has 3, 55-51. With it is Franklin. Free throw line extended on the left. Ball fake is Warren. Give it to Danny Adams, now to Crouch. Back to DA. Bounce passes to Franklin. And they'll reverse it. Adams, Warren now on the right. DA looks at Andrews to get a ball screen. 13-12 on the shot clock. Franklin with it. Free throw line extended left. Drives against Coleman. Pull-up jumper is short. And a rebound, Coleman.
I think Coleman influenced that shot a little bit.
And Jostin with it. Brown a wide open 3 is good, and it's a timeout, Jim Less.
That's a good timeout. Brown's playing with 3 fouls, Dave. He's got 13 now.
8 straight for Northern Iowa, and they've cut it to 1, 55-54 at 12:21 to play.
Ruffin coming back now as well.
Ruff is back in, probably for Andrew Warren. Braves basketball brought to you by Heritage Bank of Central Illinois. Proud to support Bradley basketball in the communities they serve. Heritage Bank pros gladly give of their time and talent to many local organizations. And the Braves are brought to you by Forts Toyota. See Forts Toyota at 474 and 29 in North Pekin. They say, go Braves. Northern Iowa right back, scoring 8 in a row, Coach.
Well, they passed the ball well, Dave, and penetrated in some of their drives. They're playing very well, and we've been playing well ourselves. But North Iowa with a good run right now.
18-12 here in the first 7:39. Ruffin, Adams, Franklin, Andrews, and Crouch. Warren is out. Twy is out. Sally is out.
Daniel Ruffin back in for Bradley.
Nobody in really foul trouble for Northern Iowa except Brown. He's got 3. Across the timeline comes Ruffin. Double high post. Screen down, and Adams goes to the corner on the right. Ruff trying to get away from the man and does. Adams with it, free throw line extended on the right, back to Franklin. We'll have an official time and the next dead ball. Franklin on the drive, go to the free throw line, pull-up jumper is rimming, no good. Rebound taken down by Coleman. The Braves are stuck on a number here. Coleman all the way down at the other end, and he turned it over. And an official time. That was a big turnover. 8 for Northern Iowa, and Bradley with a 1-point lead will get the ball back. Stuck on a number. Stuck on an old speed limit of 55. 55-54 Bradley, 11:51 to play. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
7-year-old Lewis Lansing doesn't have to climb on the red jersey.
It's the Little Braves race.
Oh, boy.
First to make a layup to be the winner. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Go to conference scores, NBC.
Got anything on Wichita, Dave?
We're looking. 14-13 Missouri State, 12:59 first half. Oh, Illinois State's within 4, 39-35. Missouri State has a 14-13 lead first half over Wichita, and Illinois State has made things closer over at Redbird Arena, as it is 39-35 Creighton with 15:15 to go. The time on the Missouri State lead in the first half is 12:58. Here the Braves have some trouble of their own, leading only 55-54, as Northern Iowa's cut a 9-point lead with 8 straight. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Overlander Electric, where satisfaction is a result of experience. Experience is the basis of their business and has been since 1940. Braves, Northern Iowa shooting 63%, Coach Stoll.
Oh, 7 for 7 in the second half in the field, and 3 for 3 for three-point range, so that'll get it done. We're 5 for 13, we're 39% in the second half, but they've just shot the ball real well.
Bradley 9 of 20 from three-point range.
And they're 7 out of 9.
18-12 is the scoring in the second half. It's Adams, Ruffin, Franklin, Andrews for Bradley, and Jeremy Crouch. Cook, Alegaba is back in, along with Coleman, Brown, and McCowan for Northern Iowa. 55-54. And Steve Skiles will hand the ball to Danny Adams, and here comes Ruff with 11:50 to play. He looks to try to end this 8-point run for Northern Iowa. Across the timeline against Alegaba, Ruffin, and a switch. Cook has it now. There's a mismatch there, speed-wise. Franklin with it, go to the free throw line, give it to Ruff. Ball fake, look for a ball screen from Andrews on a pick and roll, doesn't get it back. Shot clock reads 15, now 14. Now it's Crouch. Ball fake, get a ball screen from Andrews on a pick and roll. Ruffin, there's a three, that's up and good!
Long three, too, Dave.
58-54, Ruff has 19. He's 3 away from his career high. 58-54, that ends the run. 11-11 to play in the ball game. With it is Alegaba. Franklin almost got a reach. Braves go under screens, and McCowan has it up high left. Ball screen from Cook on a pick and roll, didn't go
Trying
anywhere.
to go one-on-one, I think, with Zach if they get a chance.
Lob inside Coleman. He's going to back up against Zach. Go between the legs, takes it into the lane, penetrate, kick ball knocked away by Franklin. 7-6 on the shot clock. It's in the back court. The Braves will come up and pressure with 6 on the shot clock. Jostin comes in and replaces Alegaba with 10:46 to play. Only 6 on the shot clock. And Coleman's coming back probably to get the inbounds pass. Now it's Jostins, gets it. 5 on the shot clock, across the timeline with 4, drives with 3, comes down and fires a jumper short, air ball. Here's a turnover. 9th turnover.
Did a good job defensively then too, Dave. Make them
Turned
take
him.
time off the clock.
10:39 to play, so the Braves have got the 3-point shot in after giving up 8 straight. Here's Crouch, spins in the lane, stops, gives to Ruff on the free throw line, extended left, get a screen, look for a pick and roll, skip past DA, there's 3, there's 3! And another 3, and the lead is back up to 7. 11th 3 of the night, 6 for DA. With it, a post pass is to Coleman. 10-10 to play. He's got it up high left, or on the high right, turnaround jumper in the lane, banked it in. Nice shot.
He'd have rather tried to get it to the basket and draw the foul.
The Braves throw it away at the other end as Ruff tried to hit Crouch and turned it over. Bradley's 4th turnover. Stout is in. We're at the 10-minute mark, and Bradley's lead is 61-56. And Coleman, who's gassed, well, he stays in. I thought he might be coming out.
Well, they're going to try and get it to him down low, but he hasn't been able to take advantage of Zach yet.
And across the timeline comes McCowan. Coleman at the high post gets the bounce pass. They have he and Stout both in. McCowan with it up high left. Looks at Brown, who's playing with 3 fouls. Back cut, taking Jostin inside out. Good ball movement for 3. McCowan good. They did what the Braves do usually. And it's 61-59 on the 3-point shot. 11.
McCown, oh, it's 11 in the second half.
Ruffin free throw line extended on the right. Gives it to Danny Adams. There's another three. Missed it. Rebound is taken down Brown.
Had nobody going to board that
Northern
time.
Iowa tries to tie the game. And McCown across the timeline. He's got it up high on the left. Now come between the rings. 9:13 to play. With it is Jostin. He's bumped and gives a Stout. McCown post pass inside is Coleman. He goes to the right in the lane. Lay it up and ties the game at 61 with 9 minutes to go.
Turned his ankle a little bit that time.
And he'll come out of the game as he tried to go to the left, but then wound up going right. Cook is in. We're even at 61. 61-61 with 8:59 to play. Our magic number was 69. We're going to fly by that. And here's Ruffin across the timeline. Northern Iowa continues to shoot it very well. On the right is Franklin. He looks to cut between two. Cross-court skip is Adams. Now to Ruffin up high left. Ball fake. Looks to get a ball screen from Zach Andrews on a pick and roll. Inside. Reverse. Come on!
Well, Zach got himself over, but Dan was sure found him.
63-61, 8.5 to play. Another assist from Ruff, 12 from Zach Andrews. Crowd gets in it now. Jostin with it. Franklin covers up. Here's Brown in the lane, all the way down. Lay it up and get it with the right hand.
He's having a game himself, Dave.
63-63, 8:13 to play. Ruffin gives to Will Franklin. Gets a ball screen from Andrews and now Crouch. JC going to get a ball screen up high from a pick and roll from Andrews. Now to Franklin. Drives baseline and a block. With 8:02 to play. Just the third team foul on Northern Iowa.
That's a fourth on Brown early though.
McCowan, coach.
Well, that's a break. Take that.
His first. Inbounds time for Crouch. 63-63. Bradley and Northern Iowa with 8 and 2 ticks to go. Panthers are playing themselves just where you want to be on the road with a chance late.
Stout face guards Zach when they have the lob.
Crouch to inbound, does to Zach, gives it to Franklin. There's a screen for JC and a three. Rim it, no good. And Northern Iowa shoots for the lead. Official time on the next dead ball. With it McCowan. Looks to the left. Now it's to Jostin. Look to get a ball screen from Cook. Jostin with it. Hands it off McCowan. 19-18 on the shot clock. Bring it to the right. Looks inside. Give it to Stout. Wants to back in. Goes baseline. Lay it up and miss it. Rebound taken down Zach Andrews.
Had some help by Danny Adams that time on the post.
Across the timeline. Andrews gives to Adams. Even at 63. Braves with a hammer now. Give it to Jeremy Crouch. Spins. Leans in. Off the glass. Rim it. No good. And a rebound Cook. Northern Iowa. They shoot for the lead. McCowan with it. Looks inside. Zach Andrews against Stout. Better help. Better help. Better help. He's going single. Now it's the help is late by Crouch. Skip pass is given with 20 on the shot clock. Out in front McCowan. Now Jostin takes it to the left. Inside to Stout. Looks against Andrews and now is going to back in. Turn around Hooker. Good. Northern Iowa the lead. 65-63.
Stout did a nice job that time. Didn't force
6:47
anything.
to play. And Northern Iowa is all the way back. They trailed by 9. They have the lead. Ruffin give to Crouch. Looking to get a ball screen. Now gives it to Ruffin. Ruff up high left. Shot clock reads 20, now 19. Gives a screen from Andrews. Ruffin go to the free throw line. Gives it to Will Franklin. Penetrates. Lean in shot. Missed it. Rebound is tipped to Stout from Cook. 2-point lead in the ball for Northern Iowa. The Braves have gone cold here. Need to get a stop. McCowan with it. Get a ball screen from Cook. Hands off to Jostin. We have an official time in the next dead ball. 6:10 to play. Jostin all the way down. And a whistle and a push. Reload the shot clock when we come back in a minute as the foul is on Jeremy Crouch. 6:07 to play. And Northern Iowa with a 65-63 lead with 6:07 to play as Coleman will come back in and so will Matt Sally. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois.
Justin's improved his game. He's driving the ball.
Yep. This is getting a little too close, Coach.
Yeah, it is. Because they're pretty good. They're a pretty good team. They shot 27% the last 8 games. The hell, they're shooting 65 to 70 here.
Yep.
They have played well. Hell, we played well. Here, I'll rebound in the second half, Dave.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sable, along with our junior sportscaster tonight. And his dad, Scott, Alex Schroyer, and his dad ran cross country. So did his mom, Julie, long, long time ago. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery, across from the Mineral Springs Park on Court Street in Pekin. They now serve lunch with their special tomato basil soup, gourmet salads, and paninis. They deliver the Candy Kitchen and Creamery on Court Street in Pekin. And Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Methodist. Nationally recognized for quality patient care and safety at Methodist. Outstanding health care centered on you. Well, Northern Iowa 64% from the field.
Well, we had a 2-advantage rebound at halftime, Dave, and now we're 6 down in that area, so that's another factor as well.
And Northern Iowa, after the foul on Jeremy Crouch, has a new 35.
The second half, they're 12 out of 14 from the field and 4 out of 4 on threes, and that's going to make up some ground for you.
Bradley had a 9-point lead. Northern Iowa scored 8 in a row. And now they have their first lead in a long, long time since the beginning part of the first half. Braves led by 7 at the break.
McCown didn't score the first half, Dave. He's got 11 here in the second half, 3 out of 4 on threes. He also has 6 assists, no turnovers, and he's helped bring them back to the second half.
Well, they're going to get 2 free throws here.
Yeah,
Joseph, they said it was on the drive. He's got 3, so Northern Iowa could get a 4-point lead here. 6:07 to play. Going to have to get some stops before this thing's over. They're shooting pretty well. Free throw is rimming in. 66-63. The magic number tonight was 69. And Northern Iowa is going to be 2 away from getting there first if the second free throw goes in. Free throw bounces in. 67-63 with 6:06 to play. Ruff across the timeline. Against Jostin. Gives to Franklin. Looks down the gut. Ruffin runs off a couple of screens. Goes to the wing on the right. Now Crouch has it. Get a ball screen from J.J. Twy, who's in there. Under 6 minutes to go now. Ruffin takes it wing on the right. Shot clock reads 16, now 15. He fires a 3. It's blocked. Into the hands and a foul on Twy as Ruff took the shot and was blocked. And Northern Iowa has a 4-point lead and the ball with 5:43 to play. Creighton leads 44-42 with 11:05 to play. Wichita 23, Missouri State 20, 7:29 here. Braves really need a stop here. With it is Jostin. Maybe get a steal. Franklin out on McCowan. A ball screen from Cook. McCowan with 20 on the shot clock. Count is on. And a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Northern Iowa with 18 on the shot clock and 5:25
pretty good
to play.
timeout. Our defense is real good that sequence, and it was a pretty good timeout because they weren't going anywhere. A good timeout by their coach.
A full and a 30 left for Northern Iowa. Possession arrow belongs to Northern Iowa, by the way. Stout is back in with 5:25 to play. And this one is getting dicey. 67-63. The Braves have been stuck on 63 for a while. Tried to get a 3-point shot from Ruff, and it was blocked.
5 team fouls on Bradley, only 3 on Northern Iowa this half.
Kind of in the position that Bradley had Virginia Commonwealth in the other night. Except the Braves had a little bit bigger lead at this juncture. 67-63. Panthers by 4. 5:25 to play. Trying to snap that streak. They don't look like a team that's been in a funk tonight, do they?
They sure don't. They play. We mentioned earlier, Dave, they're shooting 27% the last 8 games. They shot lights out here tonight and played very well. We haven't played that badly. They've played very good.
McCowan to inbound. 18 on the shot clock. Bounce passes to Coleman. He's a bad free thrower, remember, although he's about 60%. That's good for him.
Only 4-12 in the count now.
Yeah, with it, McCowan gets a ball screen up high. And a whistle. And what do we got?
Sally, I think.
Oh, that reloads the shot clock from 8 to 35 with 5:15 to play. Zach Andrews in. Sally's talking to the official.
Puts them in the bonus now on, Dave, as well.
Boy, that was 8 on the shot clock. And Sally gets called for a foul away from play.
And they were struggling to get a shot.
Inbounds, McCowan looks. The count is 2. The count is 3. Twy goes for the steals. Stout gets it, McCowan. They can run some clock here. Ruffin cutting down the passing lane. The count is 2, and now it's taken off. Now it's put back on. McCowan pulls up the dribble. Stout way away from the basket. 5 minutes to play in the game. The count is on. Brown with it with 20 on the shot clock. Free throw line extended left. Now 18, now 17. Give it to McCowan. Goes baseline all the way down. Johnson layup is blocked by Franklin.
I think he may have caught that shot in the crotch, Dave.
With it is Ruffin. Stutter step dribble. Gives to Franklin. Drives all the way down. Pull up jumper. Missed it badly. Rebound taken down by McCowan. Franklin wasn't close in the shot. Cross-court passes to Brown. 30 on the shot clock. 4:33 to play. Braves are stuck on a number here. Jostin with it up high left against Franklin. Now driving. Pick and pop. Franklin doesn't, make it Stout doesn't shoot it. 16-15 on the shot clock. McCowan with it out high. Look to get a ball screen. Drives all the way down. His layup is up and missed. Rebound taken down by Andrews. He's fouled by McCowan with 4:12 to play.
Big rebound by Zach.
4 team fouls, second on McCowan. The Braves have got to get in the books here. You know, a 3-point shot makes it a 1-point game, but you got to score. Been on 63 for a while. 4:11 to play. Rupp across the timeline. Here comes the crowd trying to help. Across the timeline comes Ruffin. Running off 1-2, screens his Crouch. Gets it from the right, an illegal screen. Going to be called on the Braves, I think. On Twy. There's a turnover. Didn't get a shot.
7th team foul now on Bradley.
So now got to play defense again. We're official time, next dead ball. Still 67-63. Coleman comes out to help and set a screen for McCowan and then rolls to the basket. He's wide open. Kaboom! Braves misplayed that. Down 6 now. 69-63. That's the magic number, and Jim Les wants time. 3:43 to play, and Northern Iowa.
Northern Iowa ran that screen and rolled Coleman right to the basket, and there was nobody there to guard him.
And they've got to bounce in their step, Coach, like they think they've got the game won.
Well,
There's a lot of time left.
I don't think they think they got the game won, but you remember Northern Iowa in other years, Dave. They're a well-disciplined team, and you don't like that. You have them have a lead like this. They've played an exceptional game here thus far tonight. But we're a team that can come from behind. We can score in a hurry. But they're not going to help us much by taking quick shots. And remember now they're in the bonus already, and only 4 fouls on Northern Iowa as well.
The illegal screen on the baseline by JJ turned it over.
Your scoring opportunity. That's right.
4-point turnaround.
That's right.
Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery across from the Mineral Springs Park on Court Street in Pekin. They now serve lunch with their special tomato basil soup, gourmet salads and paninis, ham and turkey in the middle of grilled cheese. They deliver the Candy Kitchen Creamery on Court Street in Pekin. We'll have an official time on the next dead ball. Bradley has a full and a 30 left. The Braves are brought to you by Avanti's. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any of the 3 Avanti's locations. And winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game.
Well, Dave, Northern Iowa will probably try and run some clock. There's too much time left to do it, but they'll run some clock and hopefully get a good shot. When they run some clock, we got to make sure we defense them then in the last 10 seconds of that possession.
Possession arrow belongs to Northern Iowa. Crouch will inbound. Let's see what Jim drew up here. The Braves are down 6. This is the biggest deficit of the game, I believe. Looks for Will Franklin and gives him the inbounds pass. And now gets a ball screen from Andrews and a pick and roll. Ruffin with it. Takes a step. Shot clock reached 24. Ruff all the way. Gives to Franklin. A 3-ball is short. Rebound taken down by Coleman
again.
Just can't. Been stuck on 63 for a month of Sundays here. Jim Les encouraging his team. 3:20 to play. The Braves need a stop here now. This is getting serious. With it is Jostin between the rings.
They're running time. They're not looking to score right yet.
3:15, 14, 13, 12. With it is Jostin with 14, now 13 on the shot clock. Get a ball screen, doesn't use it, go to the right. McCowan takes a couple dribbles with 8 on the shot clock. Give it to Coleman, backs in, turns right, flip it up and walked. Turned it over, Bradley will have it.
Well, they got what they wanted. They got one-on-one. Zach did a pretty good job without any help containing him. They made the basket. Probably did travel for that.
Official time. Bradley with the ball back again. 69-63 Panthers with 2:58 to play. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
You got any other scores?
We've been on 63 for a long time.
Yeah, we were 55 for a while. Then I can't see what they are.
47 Illinois State, 44 Creighton with 7.5 to play. Wichita 30-27 with 2:52 to play. But if we don't come back and win this, it's not going to matter.
Well, the things are working out in our favor with Northern Iowa. I mean, with Missouri State. But we're right. We got to win this. Northern Iowa's played as well as they could have played all year, Dave. And they're playing with some boys, too.
.258 to play. Northern Iowa 69, Bradley 63. The Braves had a 9-point lead and then had 8 run on them. They've been stuck on 2 numbers, 55 and 63, with a long time in between. And Northern Iowa, I think, has scored 8 in a row here.
Well, we've got enough time, Dave. 3 minutes to go. But we need to get something going.
Somebody needs to hit a 3-point shot, make it a one-possession game.
Or drive to the basket, stop the clock, and make a free throw. You're right.
Each team has 2 timeouts left. Only 4 team fouls for Northern Iowa, and they have the possession arrow. So we've had a 3-point shot blocked in this sequence. We had Will be short, as he didn't have much legs into his 3-point shot. And the rebounds have been all Northern Iowa. They haven't had a whole lot of offensive rebounds because they haven't missed many shots.
No, they've allowed them to play pretty much. Neither team shot many free throws. Bradley shot 7 thus far in the ball game. Northern Iowa shot 8. So neither team go at the free throw line very much.
Twy, Ruffin, Franklin, Crouch, and Andrews for Bradley. 2:58 to play. Still time to make up 6 points.
Oh, it's plenty of time. But we need to score and stop.
Remember, Coleman is a 60% free thrower. He hasn't shot him yet. And Ruffin watches the ball roll, and then across the timeline he comes. Gives it to Andrews. Now Franklin. Twy goes through the lane. Will looks at Crouch, whose free throw line jumper is bouncing, no good. Rebound taken down, Stout.
Zach fought for it, just couldn't come up with it.
JC had an open look, couldn't get it down. 2:40 to play.
Looked like a set play, and we just didn't get the shot back.
With it is McCowan. Back cut for a layup. Justin layup good. Got away from Crouch. It's an 8-point game with 2.5 to play. With it is Franklin. The Braves are in a load of trouble now. With it, Twy. Give to Franklin. Will with it. Looks at Crouch. Gives it to him straight away. He's going to drive, penetrate, and kick for a Twy 3. Good!
That was a big one.
And timeout Bradley. Cuts it to 5 with 2:13 to play. JJ hit a big shot.
Big 3. And you recall, Dave, Northern Iowa's done that many times before. If you overplay and shut down the pass lanes, they get a chance. Why, they go backdoor. They were able to do that. We've done a real good job of denying that for most of the ball game. But when you get behind, you got to shut it down a little bit more. And they were able to capitalize that time.
Bradley has 1 full timeout left. Have somebody else pick it. 2:13 to play, 71-66. Northern Iowa with a 5-point lead. They have the possession arrow. They have 2 timeouts left. Bradley has 1. Braves are going to have to turn them over here. 2:13 to play. You can't let them run a lot of shot clock. Coleman, Jostin, Stout. McCowan and Travis Brown. J.J. Twy was open, wasn't afraid to take it, and cut the 8-point lead down to 5. After they had the backdoor layup to make it 8. Don't give up, folks. 2:13 to play.
No, there's enough time.
Inbounds pass, Coleman to McCowan, who's still in the backcourt. Wants to get a ball screen. 5 to make it up, 4 to make it up. The Braves going to trap the half court. Almost a push-off by McCowan. 2:03 to play. Braves got to have a stop here. And Ruffin fouls McCowan. With 2:01 to play. Second foul on Ruff. McCowan is 77%.
I think Coach Les, I'm sure, would like to get him in a trapping situation. That's one-on-one out there, you know, everybody can see it. Need to try and trap.
Adams in for J.J. Twy with 2:01 to play. It's a 5-point game, could be 7. If he makes both of them, it's a 2-possession game. 11 points for McCowan. The Braves are going to need some help here, I think. 1 in bonus. McCowan's first is good.
He's 7 out of 77%, as you mentioned, Dave. And got all 12 of his points here in the second half.
72-66 Northern Iowa. They reached the magic number of 69 first. Second free throw, McCowan dribbles in. 73-66. It's a 7-point lead. Andrews gives to Ruffin, get a ball screen. Daniel's going to drive all the way down, and he's fouled going in, so they'll just reload the shot clock to 35 with 1:54. That's just 5 team fouls. Braves have got to score here. 73-66. Crouch inbounds baseline right. Gives to Andrews. Bounce passes to Franklin. Running off the screen is Crouch. His layup is flipped up and blocked and fouled. There's a break as it stops the clock with 1:49 to go, and Crouch has 2 free throws.
Jeremy did just what he should. He almost had a clean block out of that, but Jeremy took the ball right to the basket. One of the better free throws. Just the play he should have made.
Now the Braves are in a 1-and-1 the rest of the way, but Crouch has a chance to cut it back to 5 again, and Twy will come in after the first free throw. 6 points for Jeremy. Remember, he had the 2 threes early in the first half. 8 points. Free throw is good. 73-67. Twy is coming in for Jeremy Crouch.
Probably substitute offense or defense right now.
One more for JC. Trying to make it a 5-point game and missed it. Rebound Zach Andrews, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. So now you have a chance to cut it down to 4 if you make them both. It's a 1-and-1. Crouch will come out now, I think. Who picked up the foul? Coleman, his 3rd. And now here's Zach to the line. It's a 1 and bonus. Got to make the first one. Did. 73-68. 13 for Andrews. One more. This would make it a 4-point game with 1:48 to play. Trying to come back from an 8-point hole. Free throw Zach. Good. 4-point game. 73-69. Coleman, McCowan. Here comes the crowd. 1:44 to go. McCowan in the backcourt against Ruffin. 1:40 to play. McCowan across the timeline. 24-23 on the shot clock. Jostin with it. 1:33, 32. With it is Jostin. Look to penetrate. Passing lanes overplayed. Traveled! Caused by Ruffin in a jump switch. 11th turnover. 1:28 to play.
Good defense out front again. Now we need to score.
1:28 to play. 73-69 Northern Iowa. Adams gives to Ruffin. Jim Les wants to play. Across the timeline comes Ruff. Ball screen. Zach Andrews. Ruff penetrate, give to Franklin. Danny Adams now Crouch. JC gets doubled up front. Looks and gives to Franklin. Now it's Danny Adams. Who wants to shoot it? With it is Crouch. 16-15 on the shot clock. They bump JC out front. Here's Franklin, his 3. Missed it. Rebound is tipped and taken down Coleman. 1 minute to play.
That was a good defensive sequence by Northern Iowa. You had to give them
Got to
credit.
go get the ball now. 54-53 to go. Northern Iowa has a timeout, a couple of timeouts left. With it, going for a steal, and Crouch fouls with 48 seconds to go.
And Jostin's 86% from the line, Dave. They do like we do. They try and get the ball in the right people's hands, and in that case it's Jostin or McCown.
Had the shot, didn't go from Franklin. And now Northern Iowa can smell it, 73-69.
This is 1-1. It'll be a double bonus next time, if there is one.
Jostin to the line. Free throw is good. Nothing but the bottom. And that makes it a 74-69 game. It'll be 2 possessions if he makes the second. Bradley has 1 full left. He's got to get it and go now. 1 more free throw. Jostin got that one too. 75-69. Braves down 6. Ruff across the timeline in the second and a half. Gets a screen all the way down. Layup flipped up, missed. Thought he was fouled. And Northern Iowa is probably going to win this ball game. McCown is fouled.
He'll shoot 2 now,
Jim
Dave.
thought that Ruffin was fouled. Ruffin thought he was fouled.
Well, it's one of those things. We played pretty well overall. Northern Iowa, Dave, has played their game of the year.
And it looks like this game's about done. As going to the free throw line will be Jostin, who just hit a couple. He just got stuck on that 63, Coach.
Yeah.
They pulled it away. Free throw good. 76-69. Boy,
He's 6 out of 7, 86% on the season.
So all that good work down in Richmond is going to go pretty much by the board. Second free throw is good. It's an 8-point game with 38 seconds to go. Ruffin across the timeline. He gets a screen from Danny Adams and fires an off-balance 3. Bounce it, no good. Rebound taken down Coleman.
Coleman's picking up all the rebounds here late.
Now to McCowan with 27-26. McCowan's fouled by Crouch. And the Braves are going to drop to 19-11. And probably now we're going to have to win the Missouri Valley Conference tournament to get in.
You know, overall, Dave, a good portion of this game we played well. Northern Iowa, I don't think, could have played any better than they played here tonight. They played their outstanding game. We got to give them credit.
McCowan to the free throw lines, free throw, and they've made all of those, 78-69.
They missed their first one in the second half. You're right. They made, I think, 10 in a row since.
You hear Ben Jacobson say they got 2 timeouts left. Second free throw is good. It's a 10-point Northern Iowa lead. With 26 seconds to go, Ruffin across the timeline. He's going to come all the way down, flip it up, and he'll go to the line for a pair. But it's too little too late, I'm afraid.
Yep, I'm afraid you're right.
We'll talk to Jim Less on the Better Banks Jim Less Live coming up. As Northern Iowa coach definitely solidifies their place. And now Bradley cannot finish third, so the best they can do is 4th or 5th. Free throw is good, missed by Ruffin.
Oh, they played an outstanding game. They might beat anybody in the league the way they played here tonight, Dave.
Well, you know they've been capable. And free throw is good by Ruff, 79-70 with 23.4. Inbounds pass is made, and McCowan is in the backcourt with 19-18. Ruffin goes for the steal. Pass is in the backcourt, timeout Northern Iowa, and that's a smart play because they were going to get a 5 count, I believe. 15.2 left. So a disappointing night at Carver Arena. Bradley will drop to 19-11 and 9-8 in the Missouri Valley Conference.
80 points, Dave, by 79 right now by Northern Iowa. And you wonder what percentage they have shot. They've shot the ball very well, and they've had a lot of poise here. They've taken some time off the clock, and then after taking time off the clock, they've generally capitalized with the basket as well.
Jim won't be pleased with the defensive effort for sure.
No, but a lot of it is good execution by Northern Iowa too. No, I'm sure he won't be pleased.
This is going to be only their second win ever at Carver Arena.
Well, they've earned this. They haven't played an average game, certainly.
Pound with 10, 9, 8. Across the timeline against Ruffin with 5, now with 4. This game's done. Northern Iowa comes into Peoria and wins 79-70 and sweeps the regular season matchup with the Braves. So they get a huge win and improve their situation indeed. They're only a game behind Bradley now in the Missouri Valley Conference race as the Braves lose 79-70 to Northern Iowa here tonight. And now pretty much will have to win the Missouri Valley Conference tournament if they want to return to the NCAA. That's just about the way it
Well, you're
looks.
probably right, David, and that's not impossible. You know, Northern Iowa came in and played an outstanding game, which they had to do, and we're going to have 3 good games down and somebody's going to have 3 good games to win that conference tournament.
79-70 the final score. Back with the post-game show. The Better Banks post-game show is next. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.